Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Angelina Maitle and this is Angelina Maitle's channel, baby. And on today's video, we actually gonna be talking about the power of influence as we are chilling on my very comfy couch. If you are new to this channel, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, like this video, leave your comments down below, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Angelina755. And without any further ado, let's just get into this video. So today's topic we're gonna be talking about the power of influence, right? How like influences influence our life, especially the fragile mind, especially the fragile mind. Now, as you may know, I am a rapper. For those of you who don't know, actually, I am a rapper, and I'm influenced by the likes of Nicki Minaj and other people because I've been listening to Nicki Minaj like since from a very young age. Like ever since I started rapping at the age of 16, I've been listening to Nicki Minaj. You get what I mean? So like she was a huge, like a very huge influence in my rapping life and stuff. Like at that point when I was 16 years old, I would definitely do anything, like literally anything to be a rapper. You get what I mean? And when watching Nicki Minaj and all these other female rappers, looking at their lifestyle and how they promote their music and stuff, you look at them and you're like, this is how they produce, this is how they promote their music, by nudity and other stuff. So that's basically what I also wanted to do to promote my music, which it was not really gonna work for me because first of all, I didn't have a good quality of music. We would record like at a backroom studio or something. Backroom studio sounds, they're not really good quality, child. Like they just work. You get what I mean? So like yeah, I would like literally wanna do anything to like get my music out there, promote my music. Like at some point, I even told some I was once signed at a consciousness entertainment. I think it was an entertainment company. Yeah, it was a long time entertainment company that recruited. When you're from a small town and then people like try to give back to the community, they would just gather the youth and then do something for them to elevate their talent. So yeah, consciousness entertainment was kind of that for us. It was trying to elevate young rappers from our community, give them the platform and give them gigs and all those other stuff. Even though it was even though it was like non-paying gigs, we were not paid to do the gigs, but like we would do them occasionally. And then they also had like equipment, so we would record there. So at some point I told was it our producer, or should I say our manager? It was our manager. I told him that I would literally do anything, literally do anything to promote my music. Whether I had to be in a bikini in a music video, I would definitely do it. And mind you, at that time I was like 17. I was like 17, bruh. I was like 17, bruh. And like because I was influenced by the likes of those female rappers, those top female rappers, whenever they, especially when Anaconda came, like this Nicki Minaj song, Anaconda, my Anaconda, when it came, and then Nicki Minaj blew up because her butt was all over the music video, and she has a big butt. We all know that she has a big butt. She promoted that music, and it reached like 1 million in one day. Bruh, I was like, this is it. This is it for me. I am going this road. I am doing this. You get what I mean? But yeah, I was still young, so like they could see that okay, this is desperate at another level. This child is just too desperate to get ahead, and which was true because I really wanted to make it with my career because school wasn't working for me, child. School was not it. You get what I mean? School was not where I was heading. So like yeah, for me, music has always been where I was heading. But then most of the time things don't work out the way you want them to work out, and then you gotta go a certain route. So like yeah, it's always been like that. So having been influenced by those celebrities, those female rappers, it kind of got me thinking that this is how I should be. This is how I should be as a rapper. This is how I should be promoting my music, which was not it, by the way. It was not it. And then we have like, I would have been like in my late teenage days, I would have been like the Faith Ngeti. I'm telling you, I would have been like Faith Ngeti. I'm telling you. Not that there's anything wrong with her. Yeah, she started twerking at a young age. You know, she started twerking when she was 16, if I remember correctly. That I think that's when she started twerking, and then she formed a twerking group at the age of 19. So like, yeah, I think at that time she was still a teenager too, because like the time for your teenagehood to come to an end is when you're 19, right? So like, yeah, she was still a teenager too. I would have been like her by now. You get what I mean? But and also the influence of influencers telling young girls that, you know, the only way for you to move forward is having with loads of money. Like that's a trend nowadays, having a sugar daddy or getting a boyfriend that's rich, you know, getting a Nigerian guys are the most popular guys in our days, because they're the ones with money. So like everybody goes for them, you know, Jolofina, Jollof gangs kind of stuff. So everybody goes for them. So that's kind of like in a young mind, it's kind of like, this is how life should be. For me to make it forward, so for me to get to the top, for me to make it out, especially when you want to make it out of the hood so bad, that's like the way now for us to make it out of the hood. That's what the influences are influencing us with. And believe you me, for young girls, it's silly. For young minds, it's silly. For like small-minded minds, it's definitely silly. Because at the end of the day, that child who lives in a shack or something, who lives in poverty, like they definitely influence that, okay, this, if I wanna make it out, this is how I should make it out. And also because you wouldn't want to go to ShopRite and work for 4,000 rand when you can get a guy who can give you 4,000 rand while you're just chilling at home. Although it's a bad thing, but it's kind of like a win-win for them. You know, when you still in that position of, I don't have money, I don't have an income, I don't have anybody to give me anything, you know, and also because of lack of jobs, you just like, this is me. This is what I want to do. And that for us, it's like, and also for boys, it's not only girls that go through that, guys go through the same thing, you know, resorting to crime for everything, resorting to crime to make money, because there's no girl who's gonna want to be with a guy who's broke for the rest of their lives, because we're all trying to make it out of poverty. You get what I mean? So like, yeah, the power, having influence is powerful. I don't want to lie to you guys. Having influence is powerful. Having somebody looking up to you, saying, I want to be like that, you know, they're gonna start researching about, how did she make it, how did she get to the top. In a generation where like we look at influences for everything, we look at influences of how they made it, how they got to the top, and how they get in there. Because like, if you look at Instagram, if you look at Facebook, and if you, nowadays Facebook and Instagram, I think they are the most impactful thing in our lives, the most impactful platforms in our lives, because you look at your peers that you come with from the same background, and they be posting pictures where they like very nice clothes, very nice brands, and all those, you know, that's kind of like, it's an influence in a way, because it influences you to, you know, go out there, get money, and, you know, buy those same nice clothes that they actually have, get those same nice lifestyles that they actually have. But we don't see the behind the scenes of all those. You get what I mean? We don't see the behind the scenes of how they getting all those things. And also we have influencers like Koli Kabashe. She basically would not date a broke guy. She has said it multiple times in her YouTube videos. So I think for her to be saying all those, it kind of comes back to if a young person is looking at that. Let's say if a teenager is looking at that, they come from a poor background. They come from a family where there's like a lot of lack of money in that family. They're probably depending on grants only. So like, that kind of gives them the idea of, okay, so if I want to get there, this is the road that I have to take. You get what I mean? So like the power of influence in our now society, especially because like access to the internet, it's so easy. It is so much easier. You don't even need data anymore because we have free Wi-Fi's and stuff. So you can just go to a free Wi-Fi, look at Instagram, look at and if you give your child a cell phone at the age of 7, you give them a cell phone. They have Facebook, they have Instagram, they have all this thing. They have all these platforms where we have social media influencers that are gonna influence them the wrong way. Especially when you come from a family where you guys don't talk about anything, you don't motivate each other about anything. I come from that family where we don't talk about anything. We don't talk about how important school is. We don't support talent. We don't, and there are a lot of families that are like that. There are a lot of, you'd find that you don't have to financially support a child, you don't have to financially support their talent, but you can emotionally and physically support their talent, because they can see that, okay, mama is trying, but she cannot do up to this point. You get what I mean? So our talent are not supported. So you end up saying, okay, because we're not all gonna make it educationally. Like, we seriously not all gonna make it educationally. Some of us have talent. Some of us, most people play soccer, like they good at it. Give the child the physical support so that they can push, and get there with their soccer skills. You get, because educationally we're not all gonna make it. You get what I mean? So yeah, the power of influence is just a lot, especially on a fragile mind, especially on a young kid's mind, young boys, young girls. You get what I mean? So it's kind of hard to not look up to those people, because they've made it in life. They've kind of like made it in life. They be showing us cars, fancy cars, Gucci bags, Dolce and Gabbana, all those things that you would dream of having as a kid. They already have them, and then you go back and you're like, okay, this is how they got them. And you're like, this is the right way to get them. You get what I mean? Because you don't have anybody to advise you that you don't always have to get them this way. You can always go this way, or you can use your talent. You can use what is available to you so that you can reach that certain stage. You get what I mean? So like, yeah, I think for families it's important, because we can tell influencers what not to do and what to do, because at the end of the day it works for them, it works for their brands. They get sponsorship. That's how they get paid. That's how they also make money. So the best thing we can do, the best thing you can do as somebody who has a child, because is advise a child that you don't always have to get them this way. And also support talent, you guys. Like, in the black community, we do not support talent at all. We do. And then we talk about how whites have this, whites have that, but they support talent. They support talent so much, because they know that education is not the only way to go. It's not the only way to be a millionaire. I love the speech by Steve Harvey, when he said that you can have a $10 idea to make a million. You just need a $10 idea. A $10 idea is just buying your kid who plays soccer some boots. They don't have to be Nike. They don't have to be expensive. There are cheaper ones, like 300 ones. If we support talent, I think the influence, it won't be as much. It will be there. It will always be there, but it won't be as much on a child who has support. Like, yeah, that's the power of influence. If you are influenced the wrong way, you can go the wrong way. And thank God for me, it didn't get to that, because I didn't have a lot of support when it came to my music career. I didn't have a lot of support, and also I didn't have a phone. Damn, I didn't have a phone. Like, I had a phone at the age of, I had a proper phone, because the first time I had a phone, it got lost. So I had to wait until I was like 19 to get another phone. So like, yeah, I didn't have a phone, which was a good thing. It was literally a good thing for me that I didn't have a phone. because I was gonna make a lot of bad choices. Honestly, I was like, yo, I was gonna make a lot of bad choices. You would see my nude videos on the internet, and my nude pictures on the internet, literally. And most of the time when you post those kind of things, you don't get paid because you didn't post the right way.